My name is Liz, and it is my turn to host this time. This was a big mistake, but welcome everyone. I know this is different for the people who view it visually, but yeah, I have the actual podcast set up right here. But guess what? Because it's a special occasion, it's all of us. We're all dressed up as the JOJOs.
You actually got it.
Oh my god.
Shit. That looks much better than
I'm Joseph! Yeah! Yeah, boy!
Alright, this week's podcast is Jojocast. Fuckary of weebdom. As you can see.
I gotta get a hat. I gotta get JoJo's hat on my avatar now. Thanks, Liz. Now I really want it.
And following tradition, how was everybody's Christmas and New Year's? We're off 2 weeks.
Well, as you can see, I got a boyfriend on Christmas Eve. That was pretty neat.
You gotta tell me the story about that one.
That's a pretty good story. That's a really good story.
Now, though.
Not right now, but you gotta tell the story about that one.
No, absolutely. I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you guys after the cast. It's actually a pretty interesting story, but beyond that, I was off from work, but I couldn't. Fucking. I wanted to work over the holidays actually, because I want to make the extra.
Oh yeah, you were bummed out about that.
But then they were like, "Hey, buddy, how about let's have you take a 2-week vacation? Don't even get out of here, scram, kid." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess."
Cloudy, you had a meetup with the West Coast boys, didn't you?
Oh yeah, the West Coast crew. Yeah, that shit was wow.
Yeah, West Coast crew. Now, who was part of the West Coast crew? Who was part of it?
Me, Luigi, Diamond Z Dog over there, goddamn, and then Luca.
Did you wear protection?
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna fucking.
I didn't need that.
You knew that question was gonna happen.
About to war crime this man.
Malcolm and I don't think either of us did anything. We kind of just.
Not really. I did exactly what I wanted to do. Hang out with friends on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, because Christmas Eve I worked. But then after that, just had a great time, just chilling and hanging out with everyone. Meanwhile, Christmas Day, we had the hourly report with Wiz on his shenanigans. You remember that, Wiz?
Oh man, dude, that was a really good time.
Actually, you probably don't remember that. You were fucking gone.
Gone.
You progressively came back slurrier and slurrier.
So basically, to give you context, for those who are listening to the podcast, let me tell you, I decided on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Let me tell you, let's drink for 24 hours. What can possibly go wrong? Now let me tell you, 18 hours went from wow, this is I would say about the first 4 hours was the best, awesome, having fun. 12 hours in, help me.
Oh yeah,
help me.
It was really
16
bad.
hours in, baby Jesus, let me be free. I want to go home, and I was waiting because some of my other friends who are from the West didn't get the New Year, so I had to wait up until 3 a.m. in the morning. And once that happened, I conked out. That was it. It was over. Yep. It was done. And New Year's was really, 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 really long and arduous. I could tell you how much I drank, but I will inform you right now, kids, don't drink. You don't do it. It's bad. Very bad.
No.
Watch JoJo. That good. It makes you want to work out. Work out real good.
It makes you want to flex.
Who doesn't want to flex? I want to flex.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, that was my New Year's. It was intense. It was fun. It was bonkers.
Yes, and everyone else had a decent New Year's because I spent New Year's with pretty much everyone here, or at least a portion of you guys, and we hung out and stuff in VR, played games together throughout the day.
Yeah, dude, we jumped off a roof.
And we jumped off a roof. That was a good night. We did it twice.
Yeah.
We jumped off as our normal as selves, and then we turned into geese and jumped off. Were we high that night?
I don't know.
I mean, the way I explain it is like we turned into geese.
All I remember was
and sword.
Literally going on my knees and singing. That's it.
Oh yeah, you were.
I was going hard. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone went hard that night. It was nice.
I don't know why it's having audio issues.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
this is not good.
It seems like I can hear it, but it's just you have to turn it up.
It's all the way up.
Oh.
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 I was wondering why it was so weird and iffy, but then I was just like, oh, this is Wiz's, and I'm, whoops.
Two settings. Well,
Sorry.
we have to have our own. But I seem to hear Wiz, can you chime in just for a second?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking break somebody.
Sorry.
You sound fine. You sound actually fine. I don't know what the hell. No, it seems okay. Gonna break some bones.
I didn't do it on purpose. You made me think I did something wrong.
Love you.
I actually am listening to the audio right now, and everything sounds about.
It actually
Right.
sounds about right.
Sounds
That's why I was
fine.
saying. That's why I was saying you had to turn up the sound just a bit.
Just turn.
I did.
You're fine then, Liz. Relax.
You're fine.
Fucking let it rip! Blade blade!
Oh my god! Don't remind me of that. That was good.
Okay.
Damn it.
So, as per the name, this is the Jojocast, so we're going to be talking about JOJO, varying different facets of it. It's
So we're gonna talk about some animes too.
Anime.
We can, but of course the main draw today is how
JoJo.
much JoJo!
Fuck.
all right. So
Come on,
first
did you
off,
watch up the part 3? Come on.
All
shut
right,
up.
fine. Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on. And if you
I
don't,
watched it while drunk.
Yeah. Whole horse
What
is a
did it-
scoundrel.
What
oh,
the
you
hell?
want to do?
Just saying, whole horse is a scoundrel.
You're a liar. Part 3 was God.
Oh my god, you know what I mean. Fucking whole horse. But I can understand some stuff about, oh wow, it's like now I understand what this philosophy is. Like, I see. But still, it's a shame. Shame. I still haven't gotten to the part where he got his, his last scene and stuff. But I've seen it already. I've seen it. I know what happens to him. So let's start it off then.
Part 1.
Part 7. Part 1.
Why did you just start
Part
the fucking
1, Phantom Blood.
Johnny.
Let me tell you about Jonathan, the gentlemanness of gentlemans, coming on in, being as cool as he can, and then Dio completely ruining his life. But that's basically
long story
Phantom
short,
Blood.
that really is it.
Come on.
Yeah.
He's living a good life, and then
What are you
Amazing.
doing?
What?
Steam
Don't worry about
VR,
it. Don't worry
amazing.
about it.
Okay.
I don't know why I
So-
even did that.
For a summary, it's basically just like a poor kid has a hissy fit when he gets adopted, and it kind of just fucks shit over, and all that ripples into the next 6 parts. So-
Ripples. Get
Wait,
it?
yeah, it's Hamon.
Oh yeah, Hama. Oh my
Eh.
god.
I
But
did
the
it by
real
like
accident.
Haman.
She done did it. True JoJo fan.
I did like Haman. I actually liked it.
Hamon was a very cool thing, and I'm surprised they took it out after part 3. Essentially.
Rocky didn't care.
Well, I mean, think about it. Part 1. Think about it. Part 1 was like inspired by like kung fu shit, like Fist of the North Star and DB
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's a no wonder that Hamon eventually kind of like went away, because it's
Makes
like,
me
well, what
sad.
can you do with JoJo with just Hamon? Hamon's pretty limited. I'm just saying, Hamon's pretty limited.
Yeah,
So,
but still, I mean, they could develop it. They could have developed it
Good.
more. I mean, just
It's
like how they
Araki.
developed Stand
Listen,
out
he
the
just
fucking
does
window.
what he wants. We'll get on to Araki's Arakiness later, though. But
Araki's Araki.
in part 1, for better summarization, there's this kid. His name is Jonathan Joestar, and he is forced to live with this adopted stepbrother whose name is Dio Brando, who his father rescued Jonathan's father, George Joestar, and that basically kicked everything else into motion. No spoilers or anything, but if you see pictures, it's kind of easy to tell what the fuck happened. But Jonathan ends up fighting Dio, shit goes down, everything goes whack. It's pretty bad. Like from not the part, but like there's lots of death. There's lots of like pain and suffering and losing people. But you know, isn't that like a lot of other animes nowadays?
Liz, I mean, no, Dio's just. I still gotta say, Dio's just an asshole.
He's just an asshole.
No matter what. I mean, they played him off
Grade
so
A
well.
asshole.
Asshole.
They
He was
played him off
supposed
so
to
well.
be though.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
supposed to be kind of like
He
a good
is
guy.
the
Don't tell me
foil.
he isn't.
He is the foil to Jonathan.
Yeah, no, they didn't even like sugarcoat it all. No, he's just absolute asshole. Everything he ever did.
He got developed a little bit in the other parts
Yeah,
to
a
make
little
him seem, more human and not just supposed to be like a moral ideology in comparison and indifference to like Jonathan.
Yeah,
but
remember that was his first work, so basically one was supposed to be
Hey, he
pure
did
good,
pretty
pure
well.
evil.
you know, he did pretty well.
Yeah.
Moving on to the second part, which is battle tendency, which Joe's fucking shit, which Wiz is dressed up as. He's dressed up as the main JoJo for that part. Joseph Joestar. He is Jonathan's grandson. Surprise, surprise. And the part is set around like a little bit into like World War II, I think. I don't remember, or a little after. I can't remember.
It's like late 1920s to early.
Yeah.
It's super stupid, and the only reason why I probably rocked it because he was just like, all right. So how do we make JoJo a little bit better? JoJo, the first part, it's whatever. And it's a sequel to the original series. So we gotta make, Joseph look pretty similar to his father, his grandfather. I'm like, all right, cool.
Well, that's not
So
part. Well, like they were just kind of.
That's important because it's a sequel to JoJo because people wanted a sequel and the people like things being similar, which is why Dragon Ball Z.
I would like to say like the main reason as to why Joseph looks like him, but like that would be spoilers, and that makes me sad. Unless none of you care about it.
No. I think people care. We gotta respect. We gotta respect it until like
spoiler cast.
Until like the end of the cast. We're talking about way later.
Yeah.
Way later into the cast if we want to talk about it. But as of now,
And then that's when you guys gotta leave. Sorry.
get out of here. No spoilers. No spoilers.
spoilers.
We'll mention it when it gets to that.
Yeah,
all right.
But like part 2 literally is just a continuation on what made part 1 popular. You got Haman, that's cool. But what makes part 2 even better is we got 2 things. We got Joseph being a goofy fuck and Nazis. Of course we have those.
Aztec gods of fitness.
Aztec gods.
Fitness
gods.
Not Aztec gods of thickness. Aztec gods of fitness.
Thick. I said fitness, not thickness.
Both.
Okay, both. Fine. You know what? Fuck it. Both.
Part 2 is centered around Joseph, like I said. It's his misadventures through part of America, and then he went to Germany, and then he went
all over
to
the
Italy.
fucking world.
He just went to select places, but and he meets someone named Caesar Zappelli, who is the grandson, or I think yes, he is the grandson of the other Zappelli that showed up in part 1, who is Will A. Zappelli. I'm gonna name drop them just in case you want to look them up and see what they look like or something. I don't know why.
They're Italian and stuff.
They're Italian and stuff. Joseph is trained under Lisa, who was the oh shit, no, that would be spoilers too. Sorry.
She's just a really cool Hama user.
She's important.
She's a counterpart.
She's important.
She's a counterpart because she's like, oh, I'm the master character, but I'm a woman. Araki was ahead of his time. What a genius.
And Joseph got into a bit of an issue with the Aztec gods of fitness, and ended up with basically like a month to train so that he could fight them to get the antidote to poison that he had them forced into his body.
I feel like we forgot something very important about part 1. Forgot to mention about the fucking stupid the stone mask.
Oh yeah, the stone.
We
That's the
forgot
only
about
thing that carried over.
that's the one thing that's important because the stone mask makes the vampires.
Yep.
He became a vampire because of a stupid stone mask, which I would like to remind you he got by accident. You know, I'm just saying.
Cars made the stone masks, if you want to know.
What the fuck?
Come on, that's not a spoiler.
No, I know it's not a spoiler, but I'm like, oh really?
Oh, really? Wiz is the blonde one, dressed up as Joseph.
That's me. I got circles in my hair. That's me.
He
Okay,
looks beautiful.
so what basically shit goes down, he fights them. It's not technically spoilers. I mean, we're gonna talk about part 3. He defeats them. It doesn't matter. You already know. But shit goes down and everything goes whack, and then we carry on to part 3, which is called. I was about to say the name of the opening instead. It's called Stardust Crusaders.
Stardust Crusade.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Everybody. It's the most popular.
That's the one's the most
It's the
popular.
one
part.
everybody knows.
It's the most popular one because it came out at a time in which like most of
Anime
it was
blowing up.
anime was blowing up in the United States, pretty much across the world, and that was the one everyone was waiting to be animated, probably from the manga because I don't know, probably the favorite because first onto the scene like. So, part 3 begins with basically it's Jotaro is confused as to what the fuck is going on because some shit happens and he like summons something and he's like, what the fuck is this? Is this a ghost? And then he puts himself into jail basically for beating up people. It's really weird. Way to begin. But after the fact, he gets taken out by his grandfather, which is Joseph, and they go through the whole rigmarole. They're just like, this person comes back and everything, and we don't know who he is and shit, but he's very important to our bloodline and whatever the fuck. And then after the fact, they Jotaro goes back to whatever the fuck he was doing. He goes to school, and he gets attacked by Kakyoin. Kakyoin turns out to be under some sort of Kakyoin's under some sort of mind control. So Jotaro tries to remove this thing.
You mean the
from
little
his head.
the little
flesh
blood
bud.
seed thing, the flesh bud?
bud.
Yeah.
And after that, he's just like basically standing around after Holly Kujo, which is Jotaro's mother, passes out, and they're like, "No, Holly!" So Abdul like rips off her shirt in a really dramatic fashion after turning her over on the floor, and he's like, "This is a stand. This is the effect of a stand."
Oh yeah,
It's
they
her
reveal what
stand.
stands are.
Yeah.
which are basically fighting spirit. I don't know. Fucking
Spirit
Araki never fucking explain what it is.
They explained it in the show, but very
It's
poorly.
a
Like, it's a
projection of the
manifestation
soul.
of a person's will to live. Yeah. It's
And
basically
Holly
just a
had none of it,
yeah.
so they decided to skibidi bop. She don't get good stand powers. Look at that.
No, the thing is, they're saying you have to be a strong individual, and apparently she was not, so it
She
was
didn't
eating
have
her.
the will for it, so
Yeah.
the stand just hurt her instead of helping her.
Yeah, so Abdul was saying, yeah, if we don't do something within like, I don't know, he gave like an arbitrary
They
time,
did it
40
days. 30 fucking
30
days.
But where do you
It
get
was
that?
80
How do you determine
close to
that?
80
I
days
don't
or
fucking
something.
know.
Yeah.
Around the world in 80 days. That was what part
No,
2
no.
was based off of.
Wait, was it
mean, it's
80
like-
days? How,
No,
how
it's
long
40.
was the
Sure.
timeline? It was 40.
It was 40. I
It was
was
40,
recently
he
watching
halved it, but it's inspired around the world in 80 days.
Yeah. So they make their journey across. They're trying to get to Egypt. And
They
shit
go.
just
They
gets
go.
nuts.
Kakyoin's just like, I love Holly MILF hours, so he just decides to go
all
with
love
them.
Holly.
That never happened. Come on.
Listen, he said
No, they all just say, okay, we love Holly's personality. She's so nice to us. Basically, she had like a moment with each and every one of them within that one episode or something.
Yeah.
1 or 2 episodes while she's around. She just has a good connection with each of them, and they're all happy with her, and they're like, I want to protect Holly.
It was
I wanna
pretty
save
random
her."
for Cat Yellen, though. You gotta admit, that's some I'm attracted to older women kind of shit.
But that was like barely hinted, and on top of that, like, come on. Come on.
How else do you think
Yeah.
the MILF Hunter jokes about him
I
spawn?
love that, but I still think that's bullshit compared to Cockqueen Gamer, dude. I want that one to be a fucking powerful.
No, he
Queen
is
Gamer? Oh.
There's both of them. He's the MILF Hunter and the Vidya Gamer.
Yeah, but one's more canonical than the other one.
They're
Yeah,
both
Yeah.
they're both. It's really bad.
it's
But
weird.
It's a little weird. It's JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I like how we're just gonna just brush it off. It's JoJo.
it's JoJo.
It's just JoJo. Yeah.
And they go forth, and then they meet Polnareff, who is also under control of shit stuff, and then he joins the group, Skibidi Bebop, yeah, and they battle their way through many hordes of, oh no, guess what? It's fucking Dio again, no! Oh, Alchem disappeared.
Oh, what? I did. Oh shit, my phone went back.
And,
Wait, was I there?
well, what
I'm here,
happens
I'm
is
still here.
that, in the end, they fight Dio, Jotaro wins, obviously, and then... Oh, would you look at that? We move on to part 4. Part 4 is called Diamond is Unbreakable, and it features Yosuke Higashikata, the, illegitimate child.
Bastard child.
You guys are terrible.
He
You
really
did-
is.
We're not terrible. We're honestly saying it
We're being
because
what
it's
it is.
He is
awkward.
the
Literally.
bastard love child of Tomoko Higashikata and Joseph Joestar. There you go. And
Because of course, Joseph was like, "Bro, I'm just hanging around in Japan," and then it's like, "Oh, who's this hot university
hey, listen,
chick?"
listen. Okay,
Bam.
listen. We don't talk about that. But it centers around it's a murder mystery kind of shit. They're trying to figure out who the fuck murdered all these women, and shit goes down. A lot of the stuff I would like to describe kind of like would possibly be spoiler territory.
Well, I mean,
so I'm trying to
it's
be.
mostly just a spoiler.
It's
Yeah.
a murder
But
mystery. so
the
yeah.
beginning of it
time.
isn't a murder mystery. The beginning of it, there's one part of part 4, and then there's another part. It's split into 2 arcs of like main villains, and the first one is just centered around the stand arrow and like who the fuck is making all these stand users and shit. The second one is the murder mystery. So Josuke meets up with Jotaro, who's also trying to investigate this shit, and Jotaro like recruits him because he has a stand. And he teaches him what a stand is, and also gives Josuke his stand name, which is Crazy Diamond. After that, a lot of stuff happens. They win, obviously. How else would there be another part after that? But and that's mostly
That
spoiler free
part
for
4 in a
what
nutshell.
happens in
Yeah,
part
that's
4.
cool. Yeah.
And then we move on to part 5, which is Vento Oreo, or Golden Wind. And that is centered in Italy, not in Japan this time. And this is the main protagonist is who I'm dressed up as. I forgot to mention that Alcon's dressed up as Jotaro, but
Who?
it doesn't matter. I'm dressed up as Giorno Giovanna, which is the main protagonist of part 5, and what he's trying to do is he has a dream. He's Martin Luther King Jr.
I like how you summed it up just with that.
Yeah, he's just trying to do good for the world by stealing
I'm
cars.
trying to be the king gangstar.
King stars.
What the fuck is a gangstar?
You're a gang, but you're also a star.
You're
Oh my
cool.
fuck.
You're a cool gangsta.
Hey guys, I'm a
me.
cool gangstar.
Don't say that in the streets of New York.
You're gonna get your ass beat.
Okay.
I'm a
So-
cool gang.
Like, hello, my fellow gang stars.
Oh no.
Never see that guy again.
So Giorno gets in a bit of an issue at the beginning of the part, meets Koichi, and Koichi's trying to look for Giorno, but, you know,
Mhm.
kind of hard, because, like, he looks different. And next series of events is Giorno going through a lot of shit that involves, like, violence. And then he meets Bruno because of the violence that he had enacted on another person. And he gets recruited into the mafia through some rigmarole kind of shit. And this group sect of the Italian mafia is called Passion, or Passione, because it's Italian. Becomes a part of Buscetti's group, which is formed of Tanakata Fugo, Leone Bacchio, Guido Mista, Rasa Yirga, and whoever the fuck I forgot. Oh no, I think that's all of them, actually. After that, they go through a series of events, some other stuff, and then they get their first assignment, and it's to protect the boss's daughter, Trish Una. And the rest of that, beyond that, they fight a whole bunch of people trying to expose their boss's identity. And beyond that is spoiler territory, so I cannot go into further in depth onto that, but they win, like always. And then we move on to, you want me to explain part 6 and 7 and 8? I don't know 8, but
I'd have to leave those because I don't know.
We have to
I
like
don't
pause
know.
at part 5. As cool as it would be to go all the way over, this is as the limit of animation. On top of that, not a lot of people know it. At least I'm assuming for
I
our
could just
for our general
summarize
audience.
them
Yeah.
without
Just
going in
summarize it,
depth.
because remember,
summarize it, yeah.
like Cloudy's dressed up as everybody's favorite.
Okay.
Oh.
Part 6 is called Stone Ocean, and it features Jolene Cujo, which is Jotaro Kujo's daughter. She goes through some shit because of Dio's priest lover thing.
Gay priest.
Gay
Just say
priest.
it out loud. That guy's
Gay
fucking
priest.
nuts.
He's bonkers. His name is Pucci, Enrico Pucci. She joins up with 3 other people after being thrown into fucking jail. Yeah. And these 3 other people is Hermes Costello, Foo Fighters, Weather Report, which is also Enrico's brother. It's kind of odd. She fights up against Dio Baby Rejects to save the world. Yeah.
Okay.
Part 7 is called Steel Ball Run, and it's entirely different from the rest of the JoJo series. I'm not explaining why, because that's also a spoiler. But it is centered around Jonathan Joestar again, but his nickname is Johnny, so they just call him Johnny Joestar, and he's a cripple.
Damn, Liz. Damn. Oh god.
Steel Ball Run is just gay cowboys. Shut up. No, it's not. And there was a transcontinental race put up in the United States, set up by the president, Sonny Valentine. And it was supposed to just be a race, but it turns out that the plot is actually president's trying to find these corpse parts from Jesus. And corpse parts give stands, ? But yeah, Johnny's just like, yeah, I don't want to be a cripple anymore, so I'm gonna steal these corpse parts and like get in the way of the president. Yeah. It's kind of a dick. Also, Euro Zappelli is there. Friend of a friend of a friend. You've got
Yeah, we
some
kinda-
comebacks. Dio Brando's Diego Brando. Abdul is some random dude that I forgot his name. He's there. I think.
I think he's.
Danny came back, which is the dog from part 1, except it's a rat, and he also got to die that time, but it was Johnny's fault. Yeah, it's a bit messed up.
Sorry.
The party doesn't matter, so we're not gonna go into it.
Doesn't matter.
Party is not even finished. It's about a decade in.
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
So here, we're gonna talk about some various things like possible plot holes and things like that, or questions that we might want to be answered, or just overall what we like about each part and who's our favorite JoJo or something like that. So who wants to go first?
Okay. What about this?
All right.
Because we're in this part. For those who haven't watched JoJo or don't care about spoilers, who care about spoilers, please leave. This is it. This is the part of the cast where we can go. We can go crazy.
We give you 30 minutes.
We gave you your minutes. It's over.
It's over.
We
now.
gave you the little taste of insanity. You could tell that we're crazy about it. So this is where we're gonna go off the wall.
Even though I'm the only one that watched it casually. That's it.
I'm pretty sure Alchem watched it casually too, because all of us, me and Liz, are gonna go crazy.
I remember shit. That's
Going
it.
ham. So yeah,
We're about to go
spoiler
ham.
territory for those in the stream and those who are just listening in or watching the podcast somewhere else. Yes. I don't know if Wiz is gonna edit a big
3,
spoiler thing right there, but
2,
yeah, go ahead.
1. How about ambulances?
Yeah, Kira got decked by it.
All right, let's talk about this. All right, I don't care because part 4 was fucking hilarious because out of all of the things that could ever happen, the main villain, the big bad, the super bad, gets decked by an ambulance.
And then
that's the greatest stand.
He got put into like an alleyway, and he's just like, "Oh, what's this?" Turns around. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's so fucking weird and ridiculous. But oh well. There's also the factor. It really pisses me off that Araki didn't go further in depth about Josuke and the shit, because like you could tell he was going for some time shenanigans there when he was talking about the flashback and like Josuke, the reason why his hair is the way it is and shit, and why he dresses the way he does. But he just Araki doesn't care.
Wait, no, that's not Araki didn't care. That's just Araki basically going like, all right, guys, you're thinking this too much. This is clearly just some random dude saving like him. All right, I would argue that like there was I'm pretty sure there was there was an interview about it, and he just basically straight up said, no, it's just some random good guy saving him.
How do we know he's not lying?
Random dude.
It's some random dude. It just happens, man. It just happens.
Yes, happens.
Still makes me sad. There's some cool ass.
You could have done something cool with that, but that wouldn't make any sense because also bites the dust is a very dumb ability. That makes no fucking sense.
Neither does King Crimson, but we don't talk about that.
Why does nothing make sense in fucking JoJo?
There's also the fact that like, how come Kakyoin says no one can deflect the Emerald Splash, but everyone can deflect the Emerald Spat?
Well, I'm actually no. That's a mistranslation, from what I've read. It's a mistranslation. It's just like generic villain talk, but it's a mistranslation from like the Japanese version. I don't know what it wasn't that for sure. From what I've read somewhere, like some people interpret it differently, especially when you read the manga. The manga doesn't have that line.
Some people were really also confused about Holly and why her stand was eating away at her, like, and killing Dio would only suffice that.
Because killing Dio means that the stands
then the rest
will go
of the
away.
stands of the JoJo.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! How about that? Shut the fuck up! just I never will understand it either. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to him. Araki just needed a reason to get Jotaro to punch real good at the Dio's face, and that was it. We needed something.
If anything, they could have just gone there and then like tried to murder Dio, and then they murder Dio, but then they find a stand user who can take stands away. Well, that bitch ran away anyway, but
wait, what? That's an actual fucking thing?
yeah, Pooch Fuji is capable of taking stands away.
What the fuck?
What?
That's why he's got
What?
3 of them.
Oh. Huh.
Okay, so why wasn't he in part 3 again?
Araki didn't care and just made him up on the spot.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm right.
Well then.
I also got into this big discussion with, well, Wiz was just kind of sitting there watching us talk, but I was talking to Wiz's boyfriend about this, that stands reflect the personality of their users in ability as well as, like, how capable they are at changing or moving forward or doing certain or difficult tasks or new things. And I like this theory a lot because it does explain as to why, like, Purple Haze behaves the way that it does. Kind of like the weird moments that you get with Star Platinum in Part 3, where he does something. As well as, like, certain other stand users, and, like, Josuke. Ow. Sorry, I'm getting up. I gotta turn on the light. So, this theory basically says that, stands are a reflection of the soul and the person's willpower. The willpower thing is canon, but the thing about, like, the personality and the soul part is not, so far. But it's hinted at very heavily, as you can see. Like, Josuke is a very sweet individual. Very good boy. I just turned off all my audio on my headset. Give me a second.
I was about to say.
I was just like, why is it silent now? Oh. But, Josuke is a very sweet individual, and he's also selfless. He puts himself before other people, therefore his stand, Crazy Diamond, is capable of healing individuals, but not himself. He's also capable of morphing space and, yeah, it's not technically fixing things, because he did punch a person into a rock and fuse them with the rock, so, like, it's a really weird thing. Sometimes stands just don't follow their own abilities. So, there's also the other example of this theory, which could be Jotaro and Theo, who are very kind of similar in personality. You don't really see it, like, outright, but they're they got control on their emotions and what they would like to show on the outside, and they tend to be very controlling of their environment. That they would like things to go their way, and they also don't show their affections towards other people. And you can put that into their stance, which is basically a cold, hard thing. Like, they don't let shit get in their way of their goal. So it makes sense why they can break physics and turn it on its head by stopping time for, like, 9 to 4 seconds. There's also Purple Haze, which is Fugo's stand, and it's capable of unleashing a deadly virus that can kill in, like, 5 seconds or something. I don't remember the exact time, but
It's basically the power to kill you instantly.
Yeah.
but the ability can harm its user as well. It doesn't discriminate. The virus doesn't discriminate.
Oh, okay. So it just, what is it, like a plume of smoke kind of thing?
Yeah, Purple Haze.
Yeah, that's what I could say.
And
name, yeah.
this stand ability is very dangerous. Its user, you could say it comes from his inward aggressions, his outward aggressions. He has anger issues, you can tell throughout any of his appearances. And it's rightfully so. He was very contained as a kid. And there's a portion, other part that you can read. It is called Purple Haze Feedback, and it elaborates on Fugo after the arc of Bento Oreo. And it talks about his misadventures of a mission that Giorno put him on. And this allows him to gain control of himself as well as his stand. As he had changed as a person, therefore his stand became purple haze feedback instead of just purple haze. The virus is now controllable. He is capable of changing the speed of rate that the virus consumes and destroys things, which means the faster that the virus destroys stuff, the more likely the virus is going to kill itself and outright eradicate itself from someone's body. So he's capable of curing people from this virus now. And this control is what was wanted from him in the first place, why he was sent on the mission anyway. But it shows how your mental state and you as a person, when you grow, your stand can grow with you. Can't say the same for Jotaro. He has not changed. But there's also Koichi. You saw that he went through 3 different acts of his stand. It's not just a reference to the song Echoes, which has 3 different acts, but as he changed as a person, his stand grew with him. So you can see the connection between the person's mental state, how they are, and their personality as what the abilities the stand can do and how much the stand itself can evolve and grow. There's some examples like Holly, who didn't have the will to change or to move on or to do anything. I mean, you can see like her husband's not like present in her or her son's life at that moment, and she doesn't really do anything to recompense that. And there's also that guy who got stuck in like the scaffolding of like the electric thing. His stand's very detrimental. His personality is very meek-ish unless he's trying to fucking get out of that thing, because like you can trap other people in it so that you can escape. It's a really weird stand. There's a lot of stands that happen. There's one that the effect only takes place once the user dies. So you gotta die before the effect of the stand comes in. It's pretty bad.
The heck?
You can also say that Hamon, which is like basically taking your spirit energy and displacing it somewhere else through someone, through something, weakens stands, because there's a lot of theories as to what Jonathan's stand could be, but it turns out that he had a hermit purple like stand because, you know, Theo shares his body and everything.
Yeah.
And that itself, you could just say that the reason why Joseph didn't get a cool stand was because he used Hamon. You just apply these 2 different things together.
Yeah.
Also, for those who wondered why Steel Ball Run is so weird and different in comparison, if you don't like, well, we did say spoiler warning a bit ago, so
Yeah, we already warned you.
we already warned you. The reason why it is so different is because at the end of part 6, Poochie actually did what he wanted. He got what he wanted, so the team actually lost. They did not win. Everyone died, except for one person. And this man had to walk through and watch as the universe changed before his eyes. And his friends did not recognize him. They had different names. They looked the same, but they were different. And he just forgot. He forgot everything that happened before it. It was pretty mind-numbing. Like someone they put What a Wonderful World over the last like set of panels. It was pretty heartbreaking to watch all of that work just go away. And then Steel Bar for part 8 is pretty janky, because like the setup for part 8 is like Johnny was just like, I don't want my wife to die, so he cures her of a disease by using his stand or something, and then his son gets afflicted, so he's just, this is the one and only like actual act that Johnny did that was for the betterment of others. He sacrificed himself, his own life, for his wife and son, so that they could live. And that was like the whole setup of part 8. It was pretty wacky-o. Why did he send me that? Oh, you dork. Sorry.
What the heck?
But guess what?
Alright
I have a little snippet thing for you guys. We're gonna be ranking all the JoJos.
Wait. Okay. Crap! I need to start watching more.
Same.
All right, this is the part where we can just immediately throw
Oh shit!
Johnny in the F tier.
Did our production?
No. This is the part. Oh, is it flickering for you guys? It's flickering on my screen.
Up, like skyrocketed, didn't it?
Yeah, what the hell?
Incredible.
Okay, boys. What do you mean production value?
Yeah, who do we have to pay for this?
Me.
I see.
Malcolm, open your wallet.
All right, so we all agreed. Where is he? Johnny's right here.
What the fuck?
Hey, damn.
Ow.
Hug. God damn.
Well,
God.
that's okay.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the first boy, Jonathan Joestar. Boop, boop. Where do you guys think that he should go?
I mean, I'd put him like A. I'd say A. Unless
I was gonna say S. He's a good boy.
I mean, actually, no. Yeah, put him in S. I mean, honestly,
Put him in F.
No.
Wow. Look.
No. Okay, all right.
JoJo this
All
series.
right,
He epitomized the personality of what the JoJos would have
He's B grade. You can't put him in S2.
Why?
No,
why,
he's
why
not
is he
B grade.
Why
He is
B grade?
definitely B
You
grade.
lost the whole point. The whole
Why is he
point
B
of part
grade?
1.
Why is he B grade?
Because he's the baseline. He is base. He's great. But is he better than most of the other JoJos? Technically, no.
Okay. Are you using it as a standard right now? Are you putting him B because you put him at the standard?
Yeah, he's as good as a basic JoJo. You can't get any better or worse than him.
He is the par. He is what every JoJo should at least be.
He's the epitome of what a Joestar is supposed to be like. So that he's the comparison that you're supposed to make mentally to the rest.
And I'm not using like stands or anything. Not Haman. Talking about the character.
We're talking about the boy, the man, the myth, the legend. You can put their abilities sometimes, but like, you know.
Liz just constantly puffs him up. Oh my god. Look.
I'm not puffing him up. He really is.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Despite all the shit that Dio put him through, he at least attempted to get out at it, and he still held remorse for him. You can't say them. Like,
no, but there are some parts where I'm just like, come on, really? You're gonna show remorse at this point in time?
Like, he's just that type of person. You can understand that as a flaw to him. That he just
he's essentially
he's too
like
good.
See, if you're like D&D, he's basically the lawful good. He's like the super goody.
He's goody two
He's
shoes.
a baby. And then there's just chaotic.
Fine.
Just immediate F.
No, I was joking. I would say he's probably A.
S plus. Wait, is this part 1?
This is part 1, Dio.
Wait,
all right, that's fucking
I
A.
split
Okay,
them.
he's A.
He's
A. I get it.
There's no way.
Wait, can we get more than S plus? Can we get SS or?
Can we get Blueford? Can we get Blueford? Can we get Blueford here?
Blueford's not in here.
Not yet.
What do you mean not yet? Voicing my dad. It's okay. Okay, so this is Wang Chen. He's the guy who sold Dio the poison. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's ugly. I'm putting him in F.
I don't know. He's kind of underdeveloped. Kind of like a.
No, he's like. Honestly, he didn't have that much development throughout the series. He showed up like what, like 2 or 3 times.
Shit tier.
He's just garbage. There's nothing to him.
He really didn't.
Speedwagon.
All he was a speed.
Where
Come
is
on,
he?
he's got to be like A or B. He's got to be.
Where
A
did
or B.
where
Nah,
is
even
Speedwagon?
I don't buy it.
Fine. C.
See then?
I'd say okay. No, he's got to be somewhere around B. S. Yeah, speed S for Speedwagon.
Speedwagon.
Oh my.
No, wait. Wait. Speedwagon is S. Old Speedwagon is S plus because he's older.
He's not on here.
Bias.
I know, just put on S+,
Bias.
S+. I
Bias.
don't know what you're talking
Come
about.
on, he's the
know.
waifu of the JoJo.
I would say young. I would say young Speedwagon God tier.
God tier. Yeah.
I'd say S.
Definitely
I'll put him on par
S.
with
I'll give him
Jonathan.
an S. I'll give him an S. Not S plus. Not S plus. Just S.
Will A. Zappelli.
Right, Zappelli,
S tier.
S
tier.
S
S
tier.
tier. He gave his
You
life
can't take him back. You can't take him back. He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Look at his hat.
straight. So,
Look at his hat.
well, Speedwagon
You can't-
has its hat.
Oh, stray.
Straight. So,
Straight, so.
he was a bitch. I'll put him
I'd
at
say
C.
B.
Yeah,
B
yeah.
for fine C.
B for bitch.
B for
B
bitch,
for
but you're
bitch.
not good enough for it, so
You're
you
not
get a
good
C
enough.
anyway.
You're not good enough, so you get C for.
Joseph.
Never mind.
C for. Joseph S plus.
S
No matter.
plus.
I will say S plus.
S
plus.
plus.
Of course, S plus.
S
He
plus.
is
S
just-
plus.
Oh,
Just so good.
Well, you know who's next.
Stroheim. Where is he?
Stroheim.
another
fucking
Okay, all right. That's hard.
engineering.
German.
No, this is hard. This is one of
How
those
it's hard?
cases
S or
where
A.
you,
S or A.
Because look, he was like a villain.
Fuck him on the
He
guy.
was a villain S kind of thing. I'd say A.
I'd say A. He's the middle ground. So
I
A.
mean, dude, he went all out though, like in
Yeah,
second
yeah.
part, dude. He
Nazis.
So.
fucking robot
Caesar
motherfucker.
Zappelli.
Oh.
Oh,
I'd say A.
can I get like?
Caesar.
Can I get like an A?
Caesar.
Can I put him like an I don't know, H for heartbreaking.
H for heartbreaking.
Hell, that was so
Oh,
sad.
wait. Okay, let me add another area.
It just broke my heart. He was so special. He was so special. That was like
My
one of the
boy,
deaths
they
in JoJo that I've
fucking
seen.
murdered
That, like,
him.
yeah, I was just so. God damn it.
Oh no! Is there a certain video? I remember there's a video about this meme.
Wish you were here.
Wish you were here.
Hey, it's another music reference. Ba ba bam.
We're really, our production quality is increasing.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
shit. We're going over budget, guys. It's the first episode of the year already.
Well, no,
Oh my
I'll remember.
God.
All the copyrights came in.
Oh shit.
Yeah, boy. Santana. I'd say like
Santana,
D.
yeah, like he didn't
he
even
came
stand
in,
out.
he
Like,
saw, and then he died.
And he died.
I mean, technically he's still alive, right? They just never did anything with his
Three?
character.
So D, because he just-
Yeah, D.
he got memed. Yeah, he just got
Yeah.
memed. He's just like, he'll never wake up ever again.
Yeah.
Got him.
Get fucked.
ACDC.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh, S plus. He's
Yeah.
got
No.
He didn't even. He was just like, bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That's it.
He just wanted to fight. Or is that Wamu? Shit.
Wamu was the honor warrior, man.
Wama was the honor war. Remember, I
I
don't
would
think we had
say
it.
I would say
ACDC is a
B,
solid
that's
B.
It's gonna be.
because Wamu was like, everybody loves Wamu.
Well,
Everybody
everyone
feels
loves
bad when
Wamu.
Wamu died. Everybody feels
Yeah.
bad.
Because
That's
he
another
was
one.
like actually for some reason morally good.
Yeah,
Somehow
he just wanted to fight.
he
He's
was just a fight
warrior
man.
type.
Yeah.
He's like, let me come at you, but not
Like,
really.
I want to be a
kid.
god, but really
Cars.
not really. Cars.
Cars is a.
That's the one that jokingly got sent, and never heard from again.
Space.
C.
S for
put him in
space. C for
No,
bad.
C. C. Fucking
As for actually fucking who cares?
Pretty much.
Lisa.
Lisa.
Ooh.
Character
I
development
don't remember
wise.
much from her. That's it.
That's the thing. She didn't stand out, but I mean, she was a big part of the actual story.
So
I'd say B.
B.
I mean, she had some moments and stuff, but nothing really big.
Susie Q.
She had something.
F you got
just-
cheated on.
Gets cocked
Damn.
and gets tossed in the trash.
You aged badly, woman.
Oh.
She got fucked.
Oh no.
Oh.
For those that are listening
Jotaro.
to the podcast without the visuals, we're doing the tier of JoJo characters, and as you can see, the only F2 we got so far is Susie Q, because actually, who fucking cares about her?
Who cares?
Who gives
You
a
don't
fuck?
matter. Jotaro, Kujo.
Okay.
Jotaro.
All right, this is hard.
This
This
is
is
know,
hard.
this is hard.
This
This
actually
is-
hard.
I would say young. It was young Jotaro.
This,
If it's
yeah,
young
I split him into
Jotaro.
different parts. So this is
Okay,
part 3.
Okay, I would say A tier because he's just
Yeah.
badass. That's all he is. He's just badass. There's nothing to him.
There was never any really strong
Joseph,
character
part
trait
3.
Fucking
B.
S
Why is he S at those parts?
tier.
Yeah.
There's
It's
no-
just because he got humped from behind because of Abdul, isn't it? Just because of that, Abdul, you get bumped to a B. Otherwise, you'd be a C.
Actually, does anybody even care about Abel?
He was okay.
He was.
Yeah.
honestly,
wasn't
I got to
bad.
the part. I got to the part where he pretty
Yes.
much is all. He got all.
Oh.
Which meant they
That's
didn't even
it.
shed a tear or anything. Just like, oh,
He's
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 dead.
dead again.
He's dead again.
you just see Joseph and just like, oh, well, he buried him. The
No.
fuck?
It's like, oh, his arms.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Kakyoin. I put him in A, but I'm biased.
That's going.
I would put him. I put him in. I put him only if there was a B plus. Can we put him between B and A?
Yeah, but yeah.
Put him
He's
Because
in-
like the problem is he got characterization near
that's
the
fine.
end. It's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
lonely, but then I have friends, and then I fucking died.
Oh,
I'm gonna put him in Wish You Were Here.
Oh no!
oh my
The Wish
Why were my two favorite Joe Bros just got clapped? Like what?
Yeah. Straight up.
All right, Paul Nerefu,
Oh,
Jean-Pierre,
Okay,
Paul
let's give it up.
Nerefu,
Jean-Pierre.
Paul
I'd say,
Nerefu.
I would say I'll be honest with you, it's B.
yeah, he's B. Yeah, I mean, I like him. He's a funny character. He's basically supposed to be a comedic foil, but he also is used for like development in some ways. But he's just a.
I
goof.
mean, seriously, he's the one man that made Dio play a prank on him. Of all people
Yeah.
playing a prank on
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Okay, Iggy.
Iggy. Oh,
All right. All right. It's hard to say because that fight with fucking Pet Shop was like the hypest it's ever been, and it shows
Yeah.
who Iggy was and what was capable, and he was cool, and then he redeemed himself with the sacrifice. But also, yeah, Fubin's right. Iggy's face is weird as fuck though, so automatically in the E tier. Doesn't get out. Not F. Just it's such a good character, but not really.
All right, Dio, part 3.
Theo
S
part 3.
tier.
S, yeah.
S
he's
tier.
S.
Tier.
It's gotta be S.
SD. Sorry, you're just not good enough.
Just so evil, it's perfect.
First party, no.
Yeah, but you get like the weird part where you actually get characterization for somebody who was
Mm-hmm.
potentially used as just a foil for someone else.
Yeah, that's why he developed, so he got
Like,
better.
as you can see, there's just, hey, I'm gonna kill your dog, to like, I don't even know what's going on, brother. I'm high as fuck.
All right,
Okay.
just fucking dear.
Horse!
He gets his own tier because he's that good. There's no bias at all.
Wish you were here. He
That's
disappeared! He literally did! Like, nothing.
all right. Let's just say it. The wish you were here. He's so good that I don't even want to say it.
Mm.
I don't even want to say it because they're that good.
F.
F.
Enya.
Yeah.
You ugly bitch. She was hot, but then she's ugly now.
What? She was never hot. Was there
You
like
never
a
seen the
young version?
pictures? Yeah.
What,
She was hot.
Huh. Didn't know that.
Josuke.
Now we're on Yosuke.
Okay, all right.
I'd say S.
I would say B tier.
I'd put him in A. Like I've seen enough of the US.
Do you want to be our tiebreaker?
What? I'm back. Sorry.
Josuke.
So we're on Yosuke.
Oh, S.
S?
I'd say
S
S.
tier. Damn.
All right, 2 S's.
Reta
I'll give him an S.
Desia.
Okay.
Jotaro, part 4.
Ooh.
He didn't do anything. Well, he did do something, but
I'm like, see?
Honestly,
he tried his best.
He
When you
tried
put
his
him in
best.
C, I was like, eh.
He did a thing, all right. He did the thing where he got shot, and that's about it. Actually, now that I think about it.
Joseph, part 4.
F for being a fucking cheater.
Sorry, but you get
Also-
bumped 3 tiers.
All right, okay, let's do this here. Why is old Joseph?
I like how he got bumped 3 tiers, but he's still in B.
Why is old
wait.
Joseph in this tier? Old Joseph did nothing and literally was like, I got a baby, a visible baby, and my son fucking kind of hates me. F.
D for depression.
All right, put him in D. That's where he belongs. He really is a depressed character. In his golden years, he legitimately just got fucked by old age.
Yeah.
Kira, Yoshikage.
I would say A tier. He's a
got
pretty
an
good
erection.
villain, but there's just something about it. Yeah, he got killed by an
You
ambulance.
got killed by an ambulance of all things.
Man, you suck.
Koichi Hirose.
Oh,
S tier. Fucking
tier.
reliable fellow. Such a great character.
He went to Italy. No one else did.
Yeah, that's right.
Okuyasu
right.
Nijimura.
A tier.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, A tier.
Come on, don't even
Yeah,
fight
he's A
that,
tier.
dude. He's such a fucking amazing side character, but he's not Koichi. Koichi's is so fucking good.
Your mom's hot, Josuke.
Your mom's hot, Josuke.
He's confirmed MILF hunter. You can't get better than that. Kishibe Rohan. C for being a
wish you were here.
self-insert.
I'm sorry. You what? It's C tier. What?
C for being a self-insert.
Oh, all right. I get. All right. Do we have? All right. The only reason why I want to put him in "Wish You Were Here" is because he's such a great character. Because he had good development later on and like near the end of the part. But the
Yeah, but
problem
he's
was,
C tier because he got like 3 different add-ons for like no reason. Like Araki, why did you write Rohan at the Louvre? Why did you write Thus spoke Kishibe Rohan?
well,
Why
it's
did you-
because.
Why did you do it? I like how she keeps zooming in as she.
Okay, also X
Why did you do
Kakyo
it?
and the MILF Hunters.
Why'd you do it?
See, he
Oh,
agrees
boy.
with me. Why'd you do it, Araki? Why'd you do it? Okay,
Araki,
Giorno
are you biased?
Giovanna.
Well.
You know,
S
because
tier
I
with
haven't
his
finished part
dads.
5, I would say you're probably right. Put him in the.
Yeah.
Is he really S tier worthy?
Yeah.
Is he really S tier worthy?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Give me a reason why.
He's the combination, and you can actually see it very well, but he's a combination from, like, the moral standpoint of both Theo and Jonathan. It's the great mesh in between where he's got this ambiguity. Like, he's willing to do bad things to get to a greater good, which is something that neither Jonathan nor Dio would do, as Dio would just do things selfishly for his own purpose, but Jonathan would do it for other people. But Giorno's making, like, decisions that you wouldn't normally make in terms of helping people by, like, stealing cars and shit. So I'd put him in S tier because he's, like, that great combination between the two, which was what you would expect of being the product of, like, both Jonathan and Dio.
Okay.
And some other random lady.
All right. I gotta agree on that one. That's a pretty good reason. I definitely could see that. I personally I would put him in A tier just because it's as great as he is. Golden Experience is a busted ass fucking stand.
No,
right?
Golden Experience itself is actually pretty on par with what Josuke can do, but Golden Experience Requiem is broken.
Yeah.
Golden Experience Requiem, which he has which he has pretty much all the time.
No, he has it with the arrow because he's carrying it around, but like.
Yeah, but he fucking stabs himself, and this man's gets defied.
No, his stand stabs himself. There's a clear difference between stabbing yourself with the arrow and the stand stabbing you. The stand stabbing itself is temporary. That's what a requiem is. It's temporary. But say what happened to Kiriyoshi Kage, he got stabbed again with like the arrow and shit, and that gave him a permanent ability that his stand was capable of using at any time. So there's a clear difference. Honorific, part 5. He's a cripple.
Can we put him in E tier because that's where he belongs with Iggy.
You became a turtle, therefore you're bad.
Oh no!
Put him in cripple tier. No, he's not going in shit tier with the others.
He wasn't that bad. It's just sad to see like Polarnet becoming a cripple and dying. Well,
he didn't die. He fucking
effectively dying as a character. He basically died.
Yeah. Diavolo. You're all silent because you don't know who he is, isn't it? He's the villain for part 5.
He's the boss. Yeah, he's the boss. Don't know.
His stand
really
is
say.
King Crimson, and it's capable of, in synopsis, passing time for 10 seconds. But time still continues throughout that 10-second period. But everyone loses perception like that. They don't know what happened the past 10 seconds.
What?
Oh, there's 2 follower bots in here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Get rid of them. Oh wait.
How do I do that?
I got it.
Okay. Please do. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Diavolo as a character's kind of stale, but he brought us Doppio. So basically, his motivation throughout part 5 was just so that he didn't have to deal with anyone and keep his identity secret. Like, he just has issues with having his identity out there. That's literally all of it, and he tried killing his daughter, and that makes me sad. So I would kind of say, like, D for bad dad.
Wow, damn!
Jeez.
I thought it would be much more interesting, but the way you describe him, it just that's kind of lame.
Well, he is kind of lame. Like he's like unlike the other villains, which you get to see throughout the part. He like literally only exists through the ender, just the end of it. Like he does technically exist through the rest of it because like Doppio is basically him, but not at the same time. But like it's just like Doppio is a different character at this point in comparison to Diavolo, so I just don't.
Yeah.
Bruno Busaletti. He's the mom.
He's
a sweetheart. Yes, I would put him definitely as S tier. He's just S for sweetheart. I would even put him in S plus because he's just look at him. In fact, he's wish you're here territory.
Such god tier. This is the god. Wish you were here. It's the god tier. It surpasses S plus. No one. Oh god. No one.
All right, Abacchio, Leon Abacchio. He fed piss to a 15-year-old.
He's very edgy and he's cool. But he's not.
He's got a nice stand. Moody Blues, pretty cool.
Blues but it's so useless outside of like in a combat situation.
It makes sense with his personality and what his initial occupation. He used to be a police officer, and his stand's capable of replicating memories from like a certain point in time. So, I'd say C. He's good. Not good enough.
Not good enough.
Guido Mista.
Hmm.
He has the stand Sex Pistols. Every
I
time
would
he
say,
I have to
don't know.
explain for the others. Every time he shoots a bullet, Every time he shoots a bullet, like his stand is capable of like kicking it around like a soccer ball. He spent most of part 5 shooting himself on accident. So, yeah.
Is there like an idiot tier? Can we put that in? Like just make a new tier called idiot.
Idiots here. Just get that.
All right, guys. So we have a new tier instead of being wish you were here, shit tier. Now we got dumb tier, dumbass tier.
Oh my god.
Dumbass.
All right.
All right, now we have Panacotta Fugo. You heard what his stand does and what he is. He ends up abandoning his friends though because like he's the person basically in the group that would make the most logical decision.
You gotta stay in part 5. You can't go any further than that. In context,
I am saying part 5.
All right.
You abandon them because he's supposed to be the one that makes the logical decision, and his logical decision was not to go up against Diavolo, which makes sense. But you know,
can we just put an F tier for forgotten because he just kind of left?
He wasn't forgotten. He was basically the reason as to why Araki decided not to bring him back to betray Bruno's gang was because he just simply was too connected to the part 5 characters and didn't want to treat them that way because he himself he treated them as if they were like his idol. Like they brought him through. Part 5 brought him through the shit he was going through, and in that he just didn't think it would be great for Fugo to betray them. So instead he just had him basically like exist elsewhere for that period of time. Honestly, I
don't know what tier to put him in because he's
put him in
just a complicated.
Put him in C then. Yeah. That's like mid-range.
I would say B tier.
I'd say B.
Okay.
Because if we're talking about the novel after story, A tier or A plus. If we had an A plus.
Yeah, Purple Haze feedback brought him pretty good up in my
Shit.
And then other characters I don't even know because I didn't finish watching part 5.
Naranti's literally right. He was there. Okay, Naranti Yirga, he's got the stand.
Little Bomber, and he does
Aerosmith.
nothing, and he fucking dies.
He doesn't do. He's good comedic relief. He gets stabbed with a fork because he can't do math.
Can we put more dumb again?
Can we put him in dumbass tier? Just dumbass tier?
He gets to be with Mista.
Just as it should be.
I mean, he did get killed on a fence post, so like.
Wow.
I don't think it was his body, but I don't remember. Trish Una. Stand is wannabe, and it makes things soft, bouncy, like tits.
It's Diavolo's daughter, and she's the main reason why the crew was doing an escort mission throughout the entire part.
She had a really bad attitude and stuff towards the beginning, but like you got to know her
redemption
throughout it.
But how good is that redemption arc? I wouldn't know because I didn't finish part 5. But what I can say is, can I put her in? Can I put her in? Didn't watch.
I'd say B.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
She's also waifu material.
I don't know. I got into her. She doesn't look like it.
Risotto Nero. If you've ever seen the gifs or the memes or stuff with like Doppio like puking up razors, this is the guy's stand ability. He's capable of turning shit metal.
Oh, that's stupid.
Okay.
Huh.
Is that organic?
His stand's literally named Metallica. Like, think about it.
I get it.
Haha.
I hate it.
I hate it. I actually hate it. Fuck.
Why would you do that?
D for dick.
Ah, jeez. I mean, he was a villain, so it counts.
D
Yeah.
for dick.
D for dick.
He was a minor villain. Formaggio.
Formaggio.
I don't know.
Once again, these are up to
Y'all
part
didn't
5. I
fucking
don't
know. Okay, so Formaggio's got the stand little feet. He can shrink
Little-
people. Yeah. He dies. He gets killed by neurons.
Oh god. Okay.
Neurons did something. He's just kind of stupid. I'd say F because you got killed by someone who's 17 and doesn't know how to do math.
Jeez.
Ooh.
F for your name. Eluso. His stand is man in the mirror. He got pretty close to murdering people, but then got clapped by purple haze.
Okay.
When you didn't finish part 5.
I'm
I'd
gonna
say
get to the
F,
point when I
just
get to
like
part
his other
5,
squad
I'll be like,
mate. That was actually pretty bad.
I get it. That's how I feel like right about now, I'm like, damn it, outside of the main villains and like the main crew, I can't really comment.
This is gonna be your only sequitur for this one.
Who the
Prosciutto.
fuck are these last 3?
I don't know who these.
They're the minor villains of part 5 that get closer to the end.
It says like
scope.
turnip face over there.
Fisherman. This
yeah,
is
'cause his ability-
Prosciutto. His stand is grateful. Wait. Yeah. Grateful Dead. He turns people old. He gets
That's
fucked by
pretty cool,
Bussaletti. I'd say
It's actually.
say E only because he gave a motivational speech to his brother
And then died.
and then died.
It's like
Pesci.
everyone has a moment.
Fisherman.
His stand is
for
a fucking
fish.
fishing pole. Can you?
For fish.
Can we just skip him? His face is weird. He looks like a turnip, and he fishes.
Malone. He got killed off screen.
Oh, what the fuck?
Why?
Killed
Died
off
from
screen.
poison.
That's a yikes.
But his
Oh.
stand is capable of fucking women, real women, and then they birth another stand.
That's
That does his
super
work.
useless.
Hey, they're really powerful, and this guy's also a really weird creep, so I'm gonna put him in F.
F. Actually, F.
Okay.
Let me
Finally,
do it.
people I know.
Yeah, somewhat. Somewhat. I kind of.
Jolene.
Shit tier.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd say F. She's okay, but not good at
I
all.
have daddy issues,
I
and the
have
world
daddy
reset
issues.
itself. That's literally her. I mean, she has more of an arc. She masturbated in prison.
Listen, she's the only Joe star that fucking failed. That's saying
That's
something.
true.
So after failure.
F
for
for
actual
failure.
F for failure.
Jotaro, part
Wow.
6.
A complicated character who spent most of it comatose.
I honestly feel bad for him. I'd put him above both of them because he actually describes his feelings. Like, in an interaction between Jolene, he was just like, throughout all these years, I've cherished you. And that's not something you'd expect from either of these two Jotaros.
Then that's
True.
Except part 5, Jotaro, who's like, yo, Koichi, bro, I'm not there, but you know what? I'm over here and I'm spending time with my daughter and wife.
But I'd honestly even level him up to S. I mean, he died.
I mean, yeah, he died because fucking his goddamn stand got nerfed to the ground.
How did you
Finally.
Rocky, why did you do this? You brought him back for another part only to kill him off. Is this like some like rage issues that
It's
you
a
have against
curse.
your... No, he has issues against his own characters sometimes, it seems. It's just like, I brought you back only to kill you.
Damn. Ouch.
Yeah, there's quite a few characters that he's done that too.
He's done that to so many.
Abdul.
I would say Poochie is probably like I would definitely say definitely A tier.
A tier.
What tier is this?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What tier does?
What is this, Liz?
What tier
are you
All right,
creating?
ladies and gentlemen of the audience. She's making a new tier.
Gay.
Gay. Gay erotic. Poochie is so powerful that he gets his own tier. Gay erotica, aka wow.
What a
he's
stand
fucking
should have
freak.
been named.
Oh my god, you're right. Stand again.
Holy shit.
Hermes Costello is just supporting character for Jolene.
Don't know him. Don't care.
Every other character automatically goes to F tier.
Every other
No.
damn.
And
Foo Fighters is actually pretty good. I've heard a lot of good things about her. She's also waifu material.
Plankton. She's
plankton.
plankton. She's plankton. Yes, she's an organism of plankton. It's literally a plankton being. And fucking JoJo gets so weird.
Honestly, gets put in the dumbass tier because he's just constantly proposing to Jolene.
Weather report.
Hmm.
I'm not weather report. That's the saying. What's his name?
Weather report.
Is this seriously his fucking name?
That's his actual name?
His other name is something Poochie, but you know, I don't remember.
Does he do
Not worth
anything?
it. No
He
one remembers.
does. Actually, he's pretty interesting and complicated. His stand is incapable of letting him die, and he's tried killing himself multiple times.
Well,
Wish you were
shit.
here.
Wish you were here. Give me a
He
second.
surpasses.
Wish you were dead with you. What the
Wish you were dead.
Wish you were dead.
That's the new tier.
Oh no. Now you're gone, and I'm sorry, but you're dead. His name is Dominico. I found it.
Oh, okay.
Wish you were here.
Mm.
Johnny's
Damn.
already in
Alright.
fucking shit tier.
All right, party.
Valentine is
Napkins. He tried to kill Jesus
Jesus was already dead, you dumb bitch!
So he tried to get the
again
piece.
because he had to get the pieces of the cry. Yeah.
Oh my
I'd
God,
say
he's such a good
Diego is
villain.
S.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's
He's a
unlike the
good boy.
other DLs.
He
He's a
got
good boy.
buried alive as an infant.
He's so cool that he's bad.
Yeah, he was also kind of just morally on the flip side. The guy's just chaotic neutral. Dude wasn't in it for anything. Euro Zappelli. Wish you were here.
He was so good for the world. He was so good for the part. He's better than Johnny, and Johnny gets to live. F in chat. Come on, Gappy is in. All right, Gappy. All right, part 8. Part
You
8 is
get
still
put
going
in
on.
the shit tier
Yeah,
because
come on,
you got
Gappy
the.
can't be shit
He
here.
got
What the
put
fuck
in
does
shit.
Gappy
He's
do?
got
What the
fucking
fuck
3
does-
nuts. Why would you mention that your character has 3 nut sacks? I don't even know.
What?
He had, okay. Is there anything interesting that happens in part 8 with Gappy? There has to be.
He kind of just goes around with dementia. That's literally all he
That's it?
does.
That's it. Oh my god.
His stand's name is Soft and Wet. Like, how bad? That's bad. Okay.
Oh my god.
Just the name alone, soft and wet.
It's a pretty cool ability. It's unique, I think. It
Yasu.
removes friction from anything. so-
Yasuho.
Is that a play on words?
No, that's her actual name, Yasuho.
Oh my god.
What does she do?
Yeah.
She's Koichi in the next universe and is whamming.
Oh.
So she immediately gets put in the shit tier because she got.
Shit tier.
This everybody has like part 7 just goes in
I don't
the
even
trash.
know who this is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Rai. Her
random
name is
names?
Rai. No, she's one of the. Like, I actually looked at the Wikipedia to see who are the most important characters,
Yeah.
so that I would
You're
actually
just like,
put-
who?
and I don't even know who the fuck this is. Let me
none
go
of us
look
read
at
part
it.
8. None of us read part 8, so we're just gonna
Yeah.
put her in my favorite tier. Don't know.
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. Don't care.
I'm gonna be like a 40-year-old man. I'm gonna be a 40-year-old man when fucking Araki finishes part 8, dude.
I got this. I got this. Rai Mamizuku. That's a man. Oh, that was a girl. A man who is
We're already on the wrong foot.
Higashikata family's private fruit grower and appraiser. After being tracked down and attacked by a hostile stand due to his affiliations with the Higashikata family, Mamizuku decides to meet with Josuke and Yasuho for help, eventually joining the two in their search for Rakakaka. His stand is doggy style, which enables him to unravel his body into prehensile ribbon-like wires, not only increasing his range, but is also increasing his durability to certain forms of attacks. And also, to explain who Yasuho is, she is a young woman who discovers Josuke buried in the ground and helps him throughout the search for his true identity, and also later helps him search for the Rokakaka. Her stand is Paisley Park, which has the ability to direct things around Yasuho, although it often acts as Yasuho's subconscious needs, rather than her being able to directly control it. That's gay. Later, gaining a slightly better control over her stand, she's actually able to directly interface with different types of electronic devices and gather data from them. Okay, that's slightly better. You're no longer in shit tier because you actually have something useful. I'm still gonna say E though, because you're just basically an E-girl.
Oh wow! I feel so bad. And I gotta go.
Doggy style.
Read it.
D for doggy style.
Although I gotta definitely say, fucking Gappy and fucking Johnny. Are they really that bad of character? I have to read it to find out because I can't believe Johnny is that mean of a character. In a contrast to fucking Jonathan.
Like, if you think about it, there's also this comic that joked about it, where it was just like, he promised Yuro that he would help him get into first place, and he was then above him every other play. He was ahead of him every time. It was pretty bad. It's really mean to do that. Like, I can't believe it. And he is a very selfish and spiteful character just for being crippled.
So you're saying I need to catch up and watch more JoJo?
Yeah.
Short and simple, yeah.
Those who don't know why we covet these boys and wish you were here, we will now explain.
We will now explain why every single one of them is so good. Cock Queen is just the best. Caesar died for our sins.
No. Okay, better explanation for Kakyoin. Kakyoin got development close to what was said. He got development close to when before he died. So it was just like, and he was only a year younger, I think, than Jotaro. Guy didn't get to live out his life.
Did we forget to say the most important part that would probably kill us all? His parents never did find out what happened to him.
Yeah. I didn't say anything to him.
Sad.
Fuck.
He just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
We're like,
That was it.
Caesar, he basically, he started out as someone you just thought was a smug asshole, but really he just had a lot of layers on him. He experienced the worst of the worst, brother. He lived in the Italian slums, beat the shit out of people day to day. And, you know, he grew from that. He became an admirable person from the squalor. He's like what Dio could have been, you know, if he just didn't think about the world as if it was trying to spite him. Like, well, he did think that. Caesar did. He really hated his father for leaving him and stuff. I mean, like, it also sucked because you got all his backstory before he died. So you're
That's
like,
usually
oh.
I mean, that's usually a sign for a lot of animes. When they show backstory, you're like, oh no.
Oh, he's
You're
gone.
gonna die soon.
He's gone. In Euro, he just got shot. Wrong place at the wrong time.
Wrong place.
Police
wrong time.
brutality.
Oh.
Damn.
Well, not even police brutality. He got killed by the actual president. So, like, it's pretty sad because he was trying to win so that he could prove the innocence of somebody back in his home country. He was trying to make sure that someone was able to live and wouldn't get fucked by like unjust law, and he didn't get to
Got
go
it.
through with that.
Oh, damn.
He got
That
killed
sucks.
in his prime. A lot of them got killed in their prime.
Mm-hmm.
Hall Horse, he actually was having the shapings of becoming a part of the Crusaders, but Iraqi didn't go through with it, and so he just got shelved. We don't know what happened to him. We legitimately don't. There's nothing on him.
I'm pretty sure the reason why he got shelved is because like he's a minor side character. Like, why would you need to know more about him? Like his arc is over. We knew what he was.
No, the thing is, it's weird because a lot of the other villains, because technically he's a minor villain, you get to know what happens to them. They don't just disappear and drop off the face of the earth. He's kind of similar to, like, you even get to see what happens to the Oingo Boingo brothers. They go to the fucking hospital. You don't know where the fuck happens to Hall. And that's kind of odd. Because you don't know what goes on. He kind of does, but you don't know what goes on. You don't know what the fuck happens. It's really weird. Because, like, you get to see the other two, but
You get to see closure. Basically, there's some closure, but he didn't.
Yeah, like, you're even told that Malone dies off screen. So it's kind of just like, So it's like, he had the shapings of becoming a lot greater, but he got, like, cut in half before he could.
Well, I mean, he didn't need a join. I mean,
He
like,
didn't
the crew
need
was
it,
already
but,
full.
you know, it's just sad. Imagine it. Imagine that.
Imagine. Imagination. Wish you were here.
Bruno, unfortunately, also got murdered, and his sole goal was to make sure that, like, drugs were removed away from, like, the dealings of the mafia, because he saw that it, like, hurt communities, it hurt people. He wanted to better the place around him for the civilians instead of just hurting them and making them live in squalor. And he didn't get to be seen through with that, because a part of one of it was Polnareff Stan's Requiem swapped all their souls. So he ended up in Doppio ended up in his body, and Doppio died in his body, so he didn't end up getting to live. And I think he left on terms like, Giorno, you cannot bring back the dead. I think that's what he said to him as his soul floated up, and that was the last you saw of him. And he was a pretty sweet character. He treated his gang members as if they were a part of his family. He felt sympathy and empathy towards Trish, and he even tried to make it seem as if it would be good for her to meet her father, you know, before he cut off her body except for her hand and freaked the shit out of Bruno. But he tried his best to make the best of things, and it kind of is sad that he just got murdered because Doppio's an idiot. But as for Weather Report, he kind of just, like, have good enough writing and stuff, like, for towards it. He kind of just, like, dropped, and it's, like, really bad, because, like, in terms of his psyche, it went to shit. Because here's the explanation, the full explanation. Him and Poochie got separated at birth. They're technically twins. Weather Report got taken to a completely different family. I think it got stolen, actually. And basically, after the fact, he had fallen in love with Priscilla Poochie, which is his sister. But they didn't know because he wasn't a part of the family and shit. But Poochie did, and Poochie erased both of their memories. Or he did something to Priscilla that ended up fucking with their relationship together, and out of that, Weather Report then became a suicidal and, like, destructive person, and his stand fit that, and he kind of just, like, tried killing himself, but his stand kept preventing that for him, and it was really deep and sad, and it's kind of like, man, he didn't get handled very well, but
damn. Just damn.
Damn.
Wish they were here.
Wish they were here.
Honestly,
Such
Honestly,
good boys.
I put
The characters-
Gappy.
the
I
characters I do
put
know,
Gappy in
yeah.
shit tier also because he's kind of like a bit of a poorly handled Joestar if you think about it. Johnny, even though he's an asshole, was better written than Gappy was. It's kind of just like, I'm here. Witness me.
I'm here.
Witness me.
Stop zooming in. Fuck.
All right.
Witness me. All right, so there's the tier. There's the tier list, guys. I actually am okay with this. This is not.
Yeah, I'm okay
I
with
don't
that.
really have the. Anyone have like objections here?
No.
Like even the dumbasses, even. Yes, they're all perfectly fine.
That's fine, dude.
See, I'm perfectly fine with Joseph both being there at the
There's
top.
like 2 Josephs at the top, and then
Two
all of a
Josephs.
sudden there's the one at the bottom.
The
It's
one
like,
that- like, what
happened?
He went
fell
down
off.
and he became
Like-
garbage. That's what
like
happened.
throughout his
Became an
entire-
old man. That's
The
all
thing is,
that
throughout his
happened.
entire
Age.
life, he was actually good, and then at one certain age, everything went to hell.
No,
Remember,
he
age
had
kills
no
you.
no no. He had Josuke before the events of part 3.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
he
just
already
the
did have
fact
Josuke.
that like honestly, maybe we should move him.
No, he's too much. No.
No, because like he's trying to like at least fix something.
Old man, like really old man.
Really old man Joseph is trying to fix something, some part of all the shit that he let. Cause like imagine you shit on your daughter's husband for years for doing the same thing that you unknowingly did.
Give him a C.
Yeah, let's give this man.
Give
Let's
him
give
a
the old
C.
man a C.
Where
Give
is
the
he?
old man
Rise
a
him
pat
up.
on the back.
Like he at least tried to recompense.
He tried.
Rise up, old man. You deserve
Rise
it.
up.
Still a cheater though.
Hey, C for cheater.
There we go. Hey, we can move him up and still make fun of a joke. Still make a joke of it.
I'm
Nice.
such an asshole.
We're back, guys. See, we're back. Woo! Holy shit. We did it.
We did it.
I still Salvatore. He's just absolute nothing. He's got nothing. He was just used as like the foil to explain the fucking Killerman. What the fuck is that? Who are you drawing now? Are you...
Liz is drawing herself in D tier.
This is Alchem.
Why am I in D tier?
Alchem is now in D
Why am I
tier.
in
That's
D
right,
tier?
ladies and
now
gentlemen.
reconciled as D-tiered.
Oh yeah, fine. What about Liz? I'm probably gonna put herself A tier.
I'm
No,
gonna
she
be
can't.
putting
Self-biased.
Wish You Were Here because I'm a cripple.
Every time I'm thinking about Wish You Were Here, Liz, I'm just.
I just think about the postcards too. What the fuck?
Wiz gets
That-
put
yeah.
in with the dumbasses.
Yeah. Wow.
What the fuck?
No, I'm not.
I drink
paying.
alcohol and then do cartwheels and then break my hand.
Yo, dude, Mista's here with me, dude. We could talk about strawberry cakes, man.
Oh.
That's the
my
wrong
God.
person. Ugo
Well-
talks about strawberries.
Actual dumbass. There you go.
God damn it.
Actual dumbass.
Surprise. Liz, you should let Liz draw you out. You actually like your representative, not the fucking not the Joseph looking.
No, because remember, I'm like, because I have
You're
like the
he's Valentine.
Valentine.
Oh
I
yeah.
love my hair.
All right.
I wish I could have hair like that.
Hmm. Wait. Oh, there's Liz. Yeah.
Would it make more sense of being gay erotica or something?
I'm putting Cloudy there.
Oh, come on!
Can we get another
What the
chat
fuck? Why am I
for gay
there?
erotica, for gay erotica, guys?
I'm like, wow. Well, at least I'm on the tier list instead of like.
Oh,
in
fuck
the
off.
Hey, I'm
categories.
in S tier, S plus.
I mean, you're
to be
S plus,
honest.
yeah, because Wish You Were Here.
Pretty much. But what the fuck?
Oh
Why am
my
I gay
God.
erotica?
How was your
get it. I
weekend?
committed
How was your
war
weekend,
crimes,
Cloudy?
okay?
How was your weekend, Cloudy?
Fuck you. You know, I committed war crimes.
You gonna rate the intro songs? Y'all, are we gonna rate the
Intro-
intro songs?
Hmm.
Like a Bloody Storm. Bloody
We can
Storm
do
is
that.
definitely S tier.
Yeah, Bloody Storm is fun.
Yeah.
I'd say Stand Proud is a solid A.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, let me listen to that one again. Oh, Stand Proud. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, actually, that was good. Let me just do it again,
man.
actually.
Sono Chino Sadame is a B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sodomy.
It's been
Stand Proud, yeah, it's got to be A.
proud.
So not Chino.
Sono Chino
Oh,
Sadame.
no, it does not. Well, I don't know if we would rate the intro song specifically because automatically and I would say the S plus tier would be Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town.
No,
Nothing beats it.
It's good, but it's not that good.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me listen to it because I haven't actually heard.
It's so much better than any of them because it's so weird. It is so weird.
I forgot.
It is such a weird song because it comes out of nowhere and it's like the best funk ever.
Alright, listen, but
Bloody Storm S plus, and
I thought it was called Bloody
next-
Stream actually.
Bloody Stream. Why am I-
It
why
sounds
am I
like
saying
Bloody Storm, that's why.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like
Okay,
a
Bloody Stream. That's S plus,
Like a Bloody Stream.
and I'd say Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. That's S. That's S because that's something you're not expecting. Yeah, it really is.
Crazy noise. But like even then I would do the one I would do Chase for that too because I really like
Is he? Which one is it?
the beginning for it's Chase.
Okay, Chase. Give me a second. Let me listen into it because and that one I didn't hear.
Well, if you want, I will play snippets. We're gonna get copyrighted, everybody. Let's go.
I'm listening. Don't. I'm listening to myself.
I know. I get it. I got it. I understand.
Okay, that's not bad. But honestly, it starts to sound like a not trying to say anything here, or well, I don't know if I'm going to cause issues. Sounds like. I mean, granted, it's an anime. Duh, it's supposed to be. But it's like you can play that with a lot of other modern era animes, and you're like,
yeah, but is he chasing you? Is he chasing you?
Go. Fine. What do you think? What do you think? I honestly think. I think
a lot of them follow themes, and that one just follows a theme that a lot of other animes pick. But so does Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fault it for sounding like an anime opening for other animes, and so does Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the thing. I don't know. I don't hear that much from Bizarre Town's like especially since it's like.
I've heard plenty of anime openings that sound like that.
Fair enough.
Get clap.
What happened? What happened was?
That's Luke's chat, man.
How about we put
What?
How about we put Fighting Gold as S plus memery?
Alright, you're right.
Fighting Gold.
I'm listening to that right now. Fuck.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's like my hype song.
I mean, you're not wrong.
How about Trader's Requiem? It's kind of a slower paced song, but there's a portion of it when it introduces Diavolo that's like a pretty good sounding part, because like you know how Giorno's theme has that like electronic cut before it pulls into the main bass drop. It also has that in Trader's Requiem. I also didn't like it before, but it's kind of like, you know, I didn't like Trace before. So it's kind of, I mean, not Chase. I didn't like Great Days before, but eventually I did. Well, I don't like the original of Great Days. I like Taiga's cover more than
I don't like it.
There's also Sono Chino Chioku. And that's when that's when Tommy, the other dude that sang part two's theme, Coda. So Tommy, Coda, and then the dude that sang "Staying Proud," they all do like a trio. They all sing together and stuff. It's like detailing it's detailing the chronicles of the Crusaders in the later half.
Oh, crap! We need to. Actually, we should do this. We should make a.
I'm over here like I
Fuck.
have gold on loop now. God damn it.
Because I'm listening to some of these as we speak. God damn it.
I'm over here like, dude, fighting gold. Sorry.
Alright, what about we rank their themes now? Have you guys heard their themes? I'm sure you've heard their themes.
Oh,
They
this
play
is
every
good.
time they do something.
Yeah.
Jonathan's fits him the best, but I'm gonna put that a lot lower because it's kind of just lackluster. Makes me sad.
Let me see. Let me listen to this theme again, just to be sure I'm not mistaken.
And, I mean, how can you hate Joseph's?
Yeah.
It's the only one that actually sounds like a song that would be able to be published separately.
Wait, isn't it his Overdrive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We're nearing the end.
We're wrapping things up pretty much.
Yeah, this is it. We can wrap it up.
Yeah, we can go ahead and start wrapping things up.
Yeah.
Because, oh my god.
I just
Okay.
have fighting
We
gold
got to-
playing, dude. That's all I have. God damn it.
I think Journal just gets, like, higher grades because his songs were memed. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Cause,
Well, I mean, his is the most recent, so of course they're going to be.
yeah, but Jotaro's got a pretty good theme to meme stuff with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that most people didn't get into it then. Most people are now getting into it thanks
They're just
to.
No, because,
Now,
like, the
Nordics
to
now
be
getting in.
continued meme spawned from part 3.
I mean, that was mostly part 2.
No, it was
wasn't it?
part 3.
Part 3.
Oh,
Part three
all of
also?
them. All of them do it, but I'm pretty sure part 3 was the
Part
one
3
it
was the
started with.
most notable. Most notable. Right.
Mm.
Well, actually, no, it would have to be part 1, because it's the music and
Oh.
everything.
Yeah.
So
Part
all 3
one,
of
part
them
two
would be
had-
able to be memed.
Yeah. Part 1 and part 2 had it because remember, that was the ending theme for part 2 and part 1. So. That wasn't the ending theme for part 3. They just did the like to be continued. They didn't actually have the song from Roundabout.
I'm just over here like I'm just gonna have fighting gold on fucking.
This guy's gonna have it on loop for a while.
Fighting
but,
gold,
yeah.
except Coda got kicked in the balls before recording.
Okay, but yep, I think that was is that it for the podcast?
That was a good way to start up the new year.
It's definitely a good way to start off the new year. It was a little odd, but there's nothing we could do. Because not all of us watched it, but there's one thing.
I am pretty.
we're a
I can
professional
tell you for a
podcast.
fucking fact, I didn't watch the rest of them. I just know what happens.
We're a professional podcast group. We're all professional.
We're all professionals here. I think the one thing I'm only regretful for is I really want to fucking know, is Johnny that bad? I need to know if
Yes,
Johnny's that bad.
because-
I need to know.
Liz, I'm
Yeah, I
letting
need to
people
know
know.
too. I
I'm
need to
letting
know
people
too.
know that if they want suggestions, if they want to send stuff to us, they let us know. They email us. And
Yes,
again,
please.
guys, if you have suggestions, you have comments, you have stuff you'd like to ask us, anything at all, please feel free to message us at No Consequences Cast. Crap, my mouse stopped working.
No consequences podcast at gmail.com. No consequences.
All right, and
here,
here's
let
the
me put
portion
it for you
where
guys.
we also say everything else. My name is Liz. I do art and shit. Please don't follow me actually on my actual Twitch. But if you would like to, it is LizKidWiz. It's also like you'll be able to get all my contact information just off of that. So if you like what you see or some shit, because I do all of the title cards and stuff, as well as all the art for stuff. I am open to commissions, yes. And Wiz doesn't stream anymore, so I don't think we're gonna mention his Twitch anymore. But
It's there in the channel description. I mostly hang around with Alchem, Liz, and Cloudy. So when they're streaming or when they are around in Alchem's Discord, I'm usually around.
And
He's also-
go follow Alchem Games.
Well,
Alchem
no,
underscore
excuse me,
games.
no,
He's a
no,
great
excuse me,
person.
and-
Go ahead and
Hey,
donate
got
to
him.
him,
Follow
give him
his
bits,
Twitter.
make him feel
No.
happy about himself
Buy
because
their
he's a
merch!
buy the merch.
Don't
I
forget to
also,
check out
also,
Liz,
I
Kid
will
Wiz,
be
and
making the
ZR
merch so
Cloudy.
that you'll even get him more incentive.
All right, and don't forget to check out ZR Cloudy on twitch.tv/ZR Cloudy. He is a great streamer himself, very energetic, very high strung. You'll see him play a bunch of variety of games. Also, he loses his shit over everything, right, Cloudy? Cloudy?
War crimes.
Poor
There you go.
crimes.
He commits war crimes.
Okay, so the
People
next
deserve
thing
it.
that we're going on the end
That's perfectly
note
fine,
is
Ruben.
we're gonna thank people for follows.
Mhm.
Thank you, DJ underscore C underscore bear, Mio Kendai, PinkGen7, Kinlin, and the Trapman underscore for following us. You guys are great for supporting us. Do we have affiliated yet? Cause like,
No, we
Sure, we-
technically
we
we can
technically
get-
could apply for affiliate. We just
all we have to
just
do is
need-
technically just stream for what is it, like 3 days straight, 4 days straight?
Something
It's
like
already
Yeah.
done. It's already done.
No, but it has to be done within the month. Remember, the month has passed.
I
so
thought that was
we're-
only.
See if you can try it. See if you can try it.
See.
But in any case,
Excuse
wait,
me.
why am I doing this? This is Liz's.
oh, and
Liz's
also
job. Get on
Fubin,
those.
why did you do that so late?
But yeah, Liz, I'll let you wrap things up. I'm not the host.
Like, I sent an email, but it was just a shitty joke. A shitty joke is better than nothing.
Honestly, no kidding. Liz would enjoy you guys dropping an email, whether it's a suggestion, you simply saying hi, you dropping funny
Anything.
memes, anything.
Don't matter.
It's all appreciated. We
The
all
last
enjoy your
thing,
support.
last thing is just a joke. I'm literally gonna end the stream after I say this so that I don't get clapped by the chat.
Okay.
Boobin sent me Brosif Brostar. Next you're going to say Pillar Men. Easy to read.
Ah!